Welcome to the Peter Leg Podcast, where you're empowered to lead, inspire, and influence. Now, here's your host and mentor, best-selling author, internationally acclaimed speaker, and community leader, Dr. Peter Leg.
Welcome. My guest is Rebecca Smith, who's the Executive Director of the Surrey Hospice Society. And we were just talking before we get on the air. And such an intelligent, dedicated, passionate young woman. I know you're going to enjoy this interview. Rebecca, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I've been looking forward to our chat.
How long have you been with the Hospice Society?
Just over 8 years. I started in May of 2015, and it has gone so fast.
Does it take a certain attitude? Does it take a certain emotional strength to do this kind of job, other than your technical skills? But
it does in some ways. I am not bedside, and I don't do a lot of the actual day-to-day care. Mine is more administrative. But it still does take some resiliency, dealing with our clients and dealing with the sector that we are in. I have a passion for it, so it makes sense to me that I'm here. I think I was meant to be here.
Can you share with us, without names, one of the most, I won't say interesting, but one of the most passionate things you've had to deal with in your position?
Oh, gosh. I don't have any case studies that I would refer to. What I can tell you is that my position, Surrey Hospice Society, and my organization serves over 600,000 people.
Wow.
And that's the population of Surrey, because I'm well known for saying nobody gets out alive. Life is most assured, as they always say, death and taxes are the only things you can be sure of in life. But what I can tell you is that when people pass, they leave people behind, and those people need to have support through their grief. When you leave, most people, we believe no one should have to die alone. And so my passion is just making sure that we're here to make sure that everyone has that opportunity to not die alone and not be alone with their grief. The biggest thing for me is that the need grows every day. And my passion is finding volunteers and finding the resources to deliver what we can for those who need it at the most vulnerable time of their lives. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. I can tell you that we have had some amazing moments here, and it is the deepest honor to be allowed to share those moments with people, because moments are all we have, and those are usually their last ones. So it is beyond an honor to serve in that way.
You certainly appear to have the right attitude and the right spirit to deal with sensitive issues such as this.
Yeah, it's important. A lot of people think I have the saddest job in the world, and that I must be in tears and our office must be, really sad and somber. And to be honest with you, it isn't. There's a lot of laughter here. There's a lot of joy. The reality is, when somebody enters a hospice residence or in the hospital and they are facing the end of their lives, they're given an incredible opportunity. Most people don't know when the end is near. They don't have that opportunity to tell loved ones what they want to tell them, and they need to tell them. And so a hospice time, a hospice stay gives you that opportunity. And as our volunteers find, we give them that opportunity to focus solely on the love and the joys of life and the moments that they have. When we go, all we are is stories. All we have left is love and stories. And that's the most important thing we can share with anyone. Hospice allows people to have that opportunity to share their stories, to share their love with each other, with their community, and with the future. And that's huge.
And you and
So,
your staff encourage that, obviously.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think that there is honor and dignity in human life, and joy and laughter is the best part of it. We're here to have fun. We're here to make a difference. And and whether we're remembered forever by a million people or just forever by those who are closest to us, one or two even, it's important, just as important as everybody else.
I want to frame this question sensitively,
Mhm.
and hopefully I do that. But what is the greatest feeling you get from doing this job?
Greatest feeling, I think it is reward and satisfaction that I am doing what I'm meant to do. I will be honest with you that since COVID, the challenges that presented, both in ability to access people in the hospice, we were not allowed in the hospice during that time. And we have also lost a great deal of our funding. We've always been an in-person fundraising organization, and that has fallen off during COVID. So there's also a great deal of frustration, because while the need grows every day, and it is up 38% year over year since COVID, our ability to deliver those services has diminished hugely. So there's a level of frustration that I can't give everything that needs to be given. But there's also pride in that we are doing the very best we can, and we're making a huge difference for those who need us.
What attracted you to this position?
The opportunity to help others, but also I have skin in the game, as they say. I lost a younger brother in '96. And at the time, no one told us about hospice or the services that were available to us through hospice, how it worked, what was out there. And my family was lost. We were sort of cast adrift on a sea of grief. We didn't know where to go or what to look for or how to process things. I had my youngest brother at the time was 7 years old, and he was losing his hero. He didn't know how to process, and the rest of us were lost because we were in our own grief. So we didn't even know that children process grief differently, what his behaviors were telling us. I don't want children in the world to be left without guidance and help and support through that. I don't ever want to see that again. So for me, it's deeply personal that when I see a child in grief, he needs or she needs help. And we're here to help them. That's huge. That's what attracted me, making sure that that kind of pain and confusion isn't everywhere.
So that was my next question, and you probably answered it, but what attracted you to this position, and what has surprised you in doing the job?
Surprised me. What surprised me shouldn't have surprised me at all, because before I came here, I didn't know about hospice. And it surprises me that most people don't have a clue what hospice is or how we work or what we offer. There's a lot of confusion out there, and hospice is not necessarily a place to go to die, which most people think it is. Hospice is a theory of care. And the care is such that we believe that human life is worth celebrating and supporting from the day you're here until the day you die. It doesn't matter how you die or when you die, but we believe you deserve support and care all the way. And so the fact that we at Surrey Hospice Society do not provide the residence where people go to die, we provide the supports. psychosocial, so emotional support, comfort, companioning. There's a lot of programs out there that we offer. Fraser Health provides the medical care. We provide the emotional and human care.
So what has surprised you about accepting this position?
I think the surprises have been how varied my role is and how receptive people are. There's so many people that are just wanting to help, and they need to connect with us. And when they do, they are filled with joy with being able to give back. And I love that. It's the thing that brings me to tears is when I see kindness expressed in humans, and just it's beautiful, and it needs to be more aware. When we live our lives, we see the news every day and it's always bad news. But the good news is that there are people that love and care for each other, and they want to support. They just need to be told how and where and when to do so. And it's been a lovely, lovely surprise that when I ask for help, people are there.
Hmm. What kind of help do you generally ask for?
Well, we ask for volunteers who want to train to be supportive in the hospice. We've asked for volunteers to even help with our thrift store. We are always trying to raise money and be able to offer our services. We are the only, to my knowledge, we're the only organization that offers free emotional counseling or bereavement support in Surrey. So we're asking for financial help to be able to continue to do that. We don't charge a fee for our counseling services. We don't charge a fee for our group counseling, anything like that. So we ask for fundraising opportunities. We have a golf tournament that's coming in September. That is our first ever. And so we're asking for people to sign up to golf and have a great time and make a difference. We also have opportunities for people to come in and help with events, dances, and fundraisers, and even just donate prizes, things like that.
Did you have any idea before you accepted this position, some of the nuances that would be part of it?
I did, because I've had executive directorship experience in not-for-profits previously. So it's a really big role, and there's a lot of, I say I'm chief juggler because there's a lot of balls in the air all the time. But what I didn't know was how emotional and how satisfying this would be over any other role I've had before.
Hmm. So you have a lot of Kleenex at your desk.
Always. Not just for tears, but for allergies. And and I'm always eating my lunch here, so it's always a mess.
So the audience is viewing this. What can they do to help you?
Well, they could go to our website and check out our opportunities for volunteering, for spreading information. We have programs that we're offering for grief and bereavement. We have fundraisers. We have on July 30th, if they've lost a loved one, and there's an opportunity for our annual butterfly release memorial, if they want to release a butterfly or support our efforts. In September, they could come out and golf or have dinner with us. It'll be wonderful. Just spread the word about how needed we are. And if they have some extra time, they could come and join us. We also have a fundraiser in September on the 23rd, which is a shred-a-thon. So if you have shredding, if you've cleaned house and you need to get rid of paperwork, come out and shred your papers. At the same time, we'll be collecting recyclable bottles at our thrift store. Any donations for the thrift store will be gratefully accepted as well. And that's the 23rd of September.
So
our website will
how do
direct
people enter your golf tournament?
Oh, that's also on our website. We're co-facilitating or co-presenting it with the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
It's at Northview Golf and Country Club, and through our website or social media, there are sign-up links and all sorts of information. You can always email me as well. My email is ed@surreyhospice.com, and I'm happy to share any information needed. it's going to be an awesome day. We've got great prizes. We've got amazing dinner. It's on a PGA golf course. It's pretty awesome.
Is there one thing when you accepted this position that has surprised you the most in the last little while?
In the last little while, I think the biggest surprise for me is how resilient we are, not just as an organization, but as humans. And it's a lovely surprise. We are able to stand up and make differences in people's lives all the time. And when we are faced with things like the pandemic or financial hardship, when donations go down, we are able to rally the troops and come back out and still make a difference. Volunteers step up, they support. It has been an amazing, amazing show of resilience and beauty and kindness. And that's the best surprise of all.
Is there one thing you've learned over the years?
Yeah, we are pack animals. We need each other. And no matter what people say, we are better together. We come together, we support each other. If it's a hug, a kind word, a listening ear, a held hand, we are better together. And that is true across the board. Whether you're facing death, you're facing adversity, you're facing joy or laughter, everything is better when it's shared with others.
Do you preach that in your office? I'm sure you do.
Sorry?
Do you preach that in your office?
Always, every day.
Yeah.
This is a Rebeccaism. We are better together, stronger as a community, stronger as humans. We are meant to be together and to share. And that's the best thing ever.
Because your positive attitude is quite infectious, you know.
Oh, thank you. I want to infect happiness and positivity and
Yes.
kindness. Those are the things that we need more of in this world.
So as we close this interview, what one or two things would you like to say that we haven't covered?
I think that there are lessons in life that we get from each other, but that the dying leave us. And the one thing that I hear every single day is that we don't ever ask or think, I wish I had worked more, or I wish I had done anything in anger or resentment. There's only thing that every dying person has ever said is, I wish I'd spent more time with the people I love, and I wish I had followed my dreams. And those two things come together, and they are about kindness and love and time and precious moments. And that's where the joy is. So follow your joy and share it.
And you would say that's a universal thought by almost everybody.
Almost everybody. Yeah.
Well, on that
So
note, you are a great spokesman for this organization.
thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're a great spokesman, and thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for sharing your needs and your passion for what you do. It's much appreciated. It's got to be challenging, but it's much appreciated.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I just hope that everyone remembers that every moment counts. So spend it wisely.
Every moment counts, so spend it wisely. We'll end on that. Every moment counts, so spend it wisely. Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you for listening to Peterleg Podcast. If you'd like to support this podcast, please log on to peterleg.com.